You ever wonder if the answers we're looking for today might actually be hidden in the past? Well, what if a magazine from way back in 1940 held the keys to navigating our modern lives? Today, we're diving into the March issue of Akhand Jyoti, a spiritual magazine from over 8 decades ago, to see what timeless wisdom it has for mastering our minds, our bodies, and our spirits.
But listen, this isn't just going to be some dry history lesson. Think of this as more of a blueprint for a better life. It's a practical guide from the past that shows us how to connect our mind, body, and spirit to find some real balance in this often chaotic world we're living in.
And who's the visionary behind all this incredible wisdom? None other than the founder himself, Ugrishi Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharyaji. Every single piece of advice we're about to unpack comes directly from his mission to share these profound spiritual insights with everyone. So here's our wisdom map for this explainer. We're going to start with the power of our own minds, then get grounded in the body with yoga. From there, we'll zoom out to explore life's biggest mysteries, dive into the nature of devotion, and even find some wisdom in poetry before we wrap it all up. Sound good? Let's get started.
All right, first up, unlocking the mind. This section is all about our most powerful asset. So how do we actually make our thinking sharper, our focus clearer, and, our communication way more effective?
The magazine poses a question that honestly feels like it was written this morning. In a world with endless digital noise and a million distractions, how do we genuinely improve our memory and get back our ability to think deeply?
And the answer is it's so holistic. As you can see here, the magazine argues that memory isn't just some mental muscle you can train by itself. No way. It's connected to everything: your concentration, the purity of your thoughts, what you eat, and even your fundamental character. The real insight here is that a strong mind actually requires a balanced and virtuous life. And this doesn't just stop with our internal thoughts. It extends to the words we speak. There's this concept of Madhur Vani, or sweet speech, which basically teaches that our words aren't just sounds, they're forces. So, speaking with kindness isn't just about being polite, it's a spiritual practice that can literally change your own mindset and uplift everyone you talk to. Now, let's move on to our next section and see how this all connects. From the abstract world of the mind, we're now going to ground ourselves in the physical and energetic body through the timeless wisdom of yoga.
The magazine celebrates what it calls Yoga Mahima, the glory of yoga. And it's not presented like some modern workout trend. It's talked about as a complete system for living. The articles show how the physical poses are just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle that includes getting real mental clarity and building true spiritual discipline.
And if the absolute heart of this is pranayama, the science of breath. The magazine explains that it's all about controlling our prana. You can think of it like our body's vital energy, or its battery charge. By consciously controlling how we breathe, we can literally manage our energy levels, which leads to a calmer mind and a healthier body. It's so much more than just breathing.
And this slide illustrates the core process perfectly. It all starts with a stable, comfortable posture. Then you have a controlled, deep inhale, followed by a conscious hold, and finally, a slow, deliberate exhale. This simple, powerful rhythm, that's the key to regulating our internal energy.
But it's not all about discipline and control. The magazine also makes a point to emphasize Shithil-asana, the art of total relaxation. And that's such a powerful reminder for us today, right? In our culture of constant hustle, the ability to consciously and completely just let go is just as important as the drive to achieve.
Okay, so with mind and body aligned, we can expand our view. This section, this is where we tackle some of the deepest and most profound questions that human beings have been grappling with for thousands of years.
And it dives right in, no holding back. It asks one of life's biggest questions: what happens after we die? The goal of the article isn't to give you one single answer, but to encourage readers to approach this whole topic not with fear, but with a deep sense of curiosity about the true nature of consciousness itself.
This exploration of consciousness continues with a look at mesmerism, which was sort of an early form of hypnotism. But the magazine doesn't treat it like a stage trick. It approaches it as a serious inquiry into the untapped power of the human mind to influence others, and the invisible connections that might just link us all.
So after exploring these massive questions of existence, the focus naturally shifts to how we connect with something larger than ourselves. This section delves into the path of devotion and what it really means to live a spiritual life.
There's a fascinating article that tackles a debate you still hear today: is idol worship unscientific? As you can see, it explores two very different viewpoints. You've got the purely logical, material perspective from science, and then you have the path of faith, which argues that an idol isn't a god itself, but it's a powerful symbol, a tangible tool to help focus the mind and heart on the divine idea.
And then the magazine kind of raises the bar. It starts asking what it really takes to walk these spiritual paths. It questions who can be a true ascetic or who is truly ready for advanced practices like Tantra, suggesting that deep spiritual work requires way more than just curiosity. It demands inner readiness and some serious discipline.
Now, to round out the main content, the magazine offers wisdom not just through articles and essays, but through the evocative power of poetry. It's a great reminder that truth can also be felt through art. So, the first poem, Jyoti, or The Light of Life, seems to be a meditation on that essential spark inside each of us. You know, that invisible inner flame that powers our hopes, our consciousness, and our will to live against all odds.
And the second poem uses this really striking metaphor. Oh, this is a golden cage. It's a timeless warning about how attractive the material world can be, and how our ambitions, our possessions, even our relationships can become these beautiful prisons that keep us from experiencing true spiritual freedom.
So, after this incredible journey through an 84-year-old guide to life, what are the core ideas we can take with us? Let's try to boil it all down to the key principles.
What this issue of Akhand Jyoti really provides is a truly holistic guide to living. It teaches us to master our minds, honor our bodies, courageously question our existence, understand the nuances of devotion, and find profound wisdom in beauty. It's a complete framework for a more purposeful life.
And all of that leaves us with one final question. In our world of social media alerts, 24/7 news cycles, and this constant pressure to look outward for validation, could these timeless principles of turning inward actually be more essential than ever for finding our balance? Something to think about.